and welcome to what may potentially be a chaotic video, but this is a highly requested video in that one person has asked me if I'm going to be making this video. So yes, I was going to be making this video. However, I feel I've left it a little bit late, but we're going to move past that point. This is my Christmas recommendations, books. Why are these here? Books that are Christmassy that I'm going to tell you about, and we're going to chat about them. The reason I say this may be a chaotic video is because this is the third video I have filmed today, and I seem to be in a mood where I'm just spouting random stuff out of my mouth. Just, you know, bear with me. I haven't seen another human being for a couple of days and apparently it's starting to grain on me. Grain? Great. See, it's happening already. Okay, I'm just gonna start with these books. Now, one of these books I'm very unsure about whether to include in this recommendations video or not, so we're going to start with that one. That book is One Day in December by Josie Silver. Now, by this tassel you can see I'm actually in the start of this book, like literally there. I started this book 2 nights ago. I'm on page 12. Now, this is about a woman who is on a bus. She sees a man waiting at a bus stop, and in one fleeting moment she thinks and decides that he is the one, and she has to get to know him. She has to find him somehow, except her bus drives away and she doesn't get anything about him. She doesn't get any information from him. She has no way of finding him again. So I assume this is just her story of trying to find him. Now, I have been warned by somebody on my Instagram, because they know I hate this storyline, that this is a cheating-based storyline. I didn't know that going into this, and I'm glad that they told me, because I just can't bear that kind of plotline. So that's reason one why my bookmark hasn't moved since I started it. Reason two is within the first few paragraphs, I just feel like this character is really mean. You're probably thinking, why am I putting this in a recommendations video? But I believe that we can all get different things out of different books. So whilst I'm only 12 pages in and I'm not loving it yet, I'm not saying that I'm not going to continue and won't end up loving it. It just might maybe be one I push to next year instead. And I know so many people love this, so I'm putting it in here. I want to find the line where she was just really mean. Okay, I can't find the exact line, but she basically comments on someone's dandruff in just like a really horrible way that makes her instantly unlikable, and then continues to bitch about more people in her head that she's on a bus with. And I know we all people watch and we all probably make small judgments in our head without meaning to, but it's just a bit mean. I don't know. What's her name? Laurie. I don't know if I like Laurie, but we're gonna see. So I'm gonna put that one down there. It's in the video, but I don't know what I think. You've been warned. The book that I started last night as a kind of filler to see if I'd like this one better is my next recommendation. This one is Death Comes at Christmas. It's a classic mystery by Gladys Mitchell. The classic mysteries are all kind of front covered like this, and I knew I really wanted to get one for the Christmas period. So this one is a kind of Miss Marple-esque story about a lady who moves to quite a small villagey town. Someone is murdered and she decides to go on an investigation before anyone else gets. I really am not far into this one at all. I'm 8 pages into this one. I need to stop starting a book quite late into the evening because I just fall asleep. So far, my commentary on this is it's nice country setting. However, I'm not enjoying the speech because the dialogue, I'm going to try and find you an example of that. Okay, I can't. I'm bad at this. The dialogue is written with a country twang. This is set in the county up from me. So it's set in Oxfordshire, and a lot of people around where I live talk in this same way, and yet reading it is quite difficult because it feels quite stilted, having the letters taken out of words to make it be pronounced in your head. It does work, I am reading it with the accent. However, I don't know if that's going to prohibit me from properly getting into this, because the way that the dialogue is written is quite, stilted. Stilted is the word for it. So I want to like this one, hopefully I will, but this one, a mystery. This next one is by Catherine Rundle and it is called One Christmas Wish. This one is a really beautifully illustrated, oh, I turned to a beautiful illustration, children's book for Christmas time, and I absolutely love it. It's just stunning artwork. Me and Ava started this one last year, and I think we've actually got a bookmark in it from where we got to, so it's perfectly enjoyable for adults and children, I think, and I'm actually going to be reading this one a little bit tonight, I think, because I just fancy it. I've got too many Christmas books on the go at once. I see how could be an issue, but I believe that this is about, from what I can remember, the Christmas tree decorations coming alive and going on an adventure, which just sounds thrilling and exciting and like every story I loved as a child. So I'm really excited for this one, and it just generally seems super cute and festive, and just, I mean, that cover is the most festive thing ever. So love this. This was also bought for me as a Christmas gift by my friend Kat, who is Tack Fiction. Then we have got This Winter by Alice Oseman. This is a novella within the Solitaire universe. There's also linked to the Heartstopper graphic novels. This is 0.5, then you've got Solitaire, then you've got Nick and Charlie, which is another novella, and then you've got the Heartstopper graphic novels. I have only read the first Heartstopper graphic novel, so I wasn't sure if I would be able to jump into this one or not. However, as it is 0.5, I didn't find it was too much of an issue to jump in not knowing much at all and not remembering too much from the Heartstopper graphic novel, and I really enjoyed it. I would say this isn't one to go into too lightly because one of the main characters is currently recovering from an eating disorder, which they have been in hospital for, so it does talk quite a lot about that. But it also follows two other characters. It follows basically three siblings as they go through their Christmas day. I really liked it. I thought it was very cute and fun whilst also dealing with some really important and sensitive topics. It's very, very short, and it's also got pictures, drawings throughout it as well that Alice Oseman draws and adds in, which makes it feel like a more interactive experience. It's kind of a cross between a graphic novel and a normal novel, and I absolutely really adored this one, and I think it is the perfect Christmas read because it doesn't just depict it to all be perfect and without flaws. It shows what an actual family is going through in this book for Christmas, and it isn't just all sunshine and rainbows. Is that the expression? Or is it sunshine and roundabouts? Why would it be roundabouts? Rainbows? It's a good book. My next recommendation is J.R.R. Tolkien's Letters from Father Christmas. This is a transcribed collection of letters that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote to his own children from Father Christmas. This concept is stunning. We've got the letter on one page and then the transcribed version of it on the other from J.R.R. Tolkien. It's just amazing. What an amazing special thing to be able to have as his children, like to be able to get those letters, and then for his future relatives as well to be able to look at this book. Like, I mean, do his children have copies of this book, I wonder? I love this. This is a really nice little Christmassy book to dip in and out of. It's not one that you just have to sit down and read in one sitting. It can be one that you just have a little casual flick through and just see a couple of the stories and a couple of the letters. I'm not really sure whether he makes up a storyline for the letters. I don't know. There's so many different ones. So this one, for example, is very short. So this one says, "Dear John, hope you have a happy Christmas. Only time for a short letter. My sleigh is waiting. Lots of new stockings to fill this year. Hope you like the station and things. A big kiss with love from Father Christmas." I love that. I love that there's obviously a story behind that as to like why on December 23rd, 1924, Tolkien could not write a longer letter, because we see longer letters like this one coming up later. So I just love it. Oh, it's so magical, so brilliant. A classic now, and that is Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. This has been adapted many a time. Brilliant adaptation is The Muppets Christmas Carol, which I really like. I didn't used to, but it's suddenly become like my favourite Christmas film and I have to watch it like right up close to Christmas. But this is a very, very small little story about a man who has been a bit grumpy and a bit mean in his later years, and he is visited by three ghosts at the strike of midnight on Christmas Eve, and they take him along a journey of Christmases past, presents, and Christmas yet to come. Presents, present. I'm thinking of presents. Christmas is past, present, and yet to come, future. And it's just a nice, cozy, familiar story. The audiobook for this one is really good as well. I would highly recommend this just to get you feeling in the festive spirit. It's just a fun, quick Christmassy read that I think so many people know the story of already, so it makes it an even quicker book to enjoy. And finally, we've got Sophie Kinsella's Christmas Shopaholic. This is of course within the Shopaholic world, however you can perfectly easily just read this as a standalone. I have read some of the other Shopaholic books, but not for many, many, many years, like 10 years, so I was really out of the loop and I didn't struggle with this. There's also a really easy summary of all the previous books in the Shopaholic world there, just like a paragraph on each, so you don't get too lost. But quite simply, this follows Becky Bloomwood, Brandon née Bloomwood, she calls herself. Becky Brandon née Bloomwood, Bloomwood being her maiden name. We're getting into this too much now. As she basically has to host her first Christmas, and it's the pressures put on her from her family and just her completely freaking out about the fact that she has to host Christmas for the first time. Honestly, this felt like the holiday in book form because it's set in a lovely little village and it just had such a nice atmosphere to it. Don't go into this expecting phenomenal writing, just go into it expecting something fun, familiar and just friendly and cozy. I really love this one. I think this will remain the best book of the festive ones I'm recommending to you because I just absolutely adored it. That is all my Christmassy book recommendations. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it's a little bit late. I'm not really giving you much time to read any of these yourself if you wanted to off the back of this video. However, next year, you'll be all over it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below your own Christmas recommendations, and subscribe to see more of my face on your feed. I feel like as this video has gone on, I have become tamer versus the other videos I filmed, so maybe the more I talk, the better at being less all over the place I have become. Anyway, thanks for watching, keep smiling, stay positive, and Merry Christmas!